Hello everyone, my name is Cosmic5, the channel where you get your yearly dosage of stupidity. But in seriousness, I've made a few furry related videos recently, and I'm surprised the masses of furry haters haven't blown up half the channel yet. So thanks for the support on the furry related videos and respecting the furry community. And as you know by seeing the title and this little intro, I'm talking about yet even more furry stuff. And this one is for more the furry community and newer furs than anyone else. So if you want to see a video that may interest you non-furry watchers, go to the reaction playlist and roam a bit. However, if you want to stay, it's completely up to you. So recently a lot of furries in the community, me being one of them, are asking why there's so much hate on the community. And this is mostly the new furs asking, and many furs, new ones indeed, are leaving due to not understanding it and just leaving to fit in with the normal crowd. However, I have been a furry for 3 years. Yeah, 3 years. Shocking, right? And I think I've actually finally come to a conclusion. So let's get right into this. However, before we get right into this, mind you, I have a few announcements to make before we start. The first being the 1,000 subscriber special video will be coming out in the next week or so. I've been busy between ERB reactions, going to Ohio, school, marching band, and I'm going to Ohio again, so yeah, it's getting kind of annoying. Also, if you haven't seen it yet, there are a few new channel links down in the description, 2 of them being Daniel and Daniel, both of them now working on the channel with me, and one of them being a Patreon. We are introducing some more rewards onto the Patreon very soon, but no need to donate, just keep your eye out for it. Now let's actually get into the video. This video, like I said before, is going to be mostly about why people hate furries so much and why we are quote-unquote different from the other fandoms and such. Let's begin at the start of what is a furry exactly. Being from the furry community, a furry can be classified as many things. People stereotype them and they think they have these definitions, and most of them think they're like fursuit wearing convention goers. But no, in reality, that's nothing like what an actual furry is. This is my definition of a furry. A furry is a person who's part of the furry fandom. A person who enjoys anthropomorphic creatures or feral creatures and has a personality of one of the respective creatures. Now, a lot of furries may say this isn't right, but here's my reasoning for the definition. If you only enjoy the furry art, you like that certain art style and or draw that certain art style, thus making you an enjoyer of the art, not a furry. A furry is not a person who goes to conventions 24/7 in a wolf or fox outfit for fun. Although either of these can be applied, a furry must have their own furry personality and or character to be considered a furry. Now that the meaning of a furry is way out of the way, which will save us a lot of time, let's get into the actual cringy entertainment of the video. So why not go for the head of the beast off the get-go, the sexual part of the furry fandom? Now yes, I do admit I involve in this from time to time, however, not intentionally. And also, a lot of people who judge furries think they are all in this aspect, which I'm going to proclaim is undeniably false. In fact, statistics show only 37% of furries are into that section of the fandom, whilst others are in their own divisions. So by default, claiming furries are all sex fiends because it's the mainstream portion of it is like claiming Nintendo is the worst company because the Wii U, and the Virtual Boy. Makes no sense. And also, both of them are false. To be honest, every fandom has that dark portion of it as well. Not just the furries. My Little Pony, Trekkies, I don't know many others. They're no exception. Furries just get called out for it only due to their more active population of them and their publicity for it. Now that we got one of the biggest hates of the fandom out of the way, let's get into what others may make you want to make fun of furries. A lot of people say they don't understand why most of the furry fandom are adults and very little are kids or teens. Which again, I don't really count that entirely as true. So let's say most, quote unquote, using the term most, is a considerable 75%. Now that's, to be honest, that's a low, because normally a most is like at least 85. But I'm going to put it as 75 just to make this fair. Recent studies show that only 42% of the furry community are over the age of 21. Everyone else is underneath. And yes, you can argue that 18 to 21 is adulthood as well. But due to being in college and similar academic courses at that time, I won't count on it. But even if I did count on it, it would still only be a 67%. 8% below our generous average for most. And if you're going to call out the community for being filled with old people, Bronies, Trekkies, and other fandoms have much more of an older age demographic in compared to furries. And nothing against the fandoms, I'm just stating facts. So far, I've mentioned 2 of the biggest reasons furries get hate, and the third one I'm going to talk about shouldn't really even be a reason. It's more of a fault in society, and I don't know what your religion is or what your beliefs are, but in my mind, everything shouldn't matter when it comes to something like this. Let's get into it anyways. The final part is homosexuality. Now, the furry community easily gets the worst hate for this, and the reason is because barely even other communities mention or understand it. And most of the homosexuality hate is from people of the Christian religion. And trust me, I've been raised as a Christian, but some of them are just much too harsh. However, this can also be massively debunked. The amount of gay/bisexual people is not really all that much, still under our considerable most average. In fact, only 62% of the gays/bisexual are in that range. And if we were to put it just to gays, it'd only be 29%. The last 38% being straight or not mentioned. Now, honestly, that is a shocking claim for a community who is mostly hated on being gay. In reality, that's not a really hardcore or concrete claim if it's not true. So like I said at the beginning, most of these reasons furries are hated on don't make any sense. Most of them were easily debunked with statistics from the furry community itself. So, most of the hate coming towards the furry community from outside of it is all false. And I know friends in real life who know I'm a furry and still make jokes of them being gay and similar. And if I use the most margin again, which they use very often, it still is debunked fairly quickly. It's not much more than you think. It's not even more than you think. It's much less, actually. So that's really all I have to say, and I hope you guys can understand that, but a lot of people are still going to try to make jokes of it, and to be honest, shut the hell up. No one cares. You can make any joke you want. Go make one about Trump already. But even though that ending of the video was slightly rocky, but true, that's really all I have to say today, and I hope the actual world can come to the grasp with reality and learn that accepting others' communities and others' ideas is fine. We should be all equal. We should all respect each other. We should all not commit wars. North Korea, I'm talking to you. But either way, that's really all you had to hear from the Fennec today, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye! Peace.